Good evening and welcome. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Tonight, I'm being used as a political tool to divert attention, says Robert Vadra. The BJP calls it farcical. Is there any merit in what Robert Vadra is saying? Also tonight, Assam's Chief Minister hits out at the governor for his comments that Indian Muslims can go to Pakistan or Bangladesh. Should the governor be removed? That's coming up in about 30 minutes. But first, the BJP has dismissed as a farce comments made by Robert Vadra that he's being used as a political tool by the BJP to divert the public's attention. In his first interview given to the news agency PTI, Robert Vadra said that the more they hound me, the more apparent it is becoming that they're using their attacks on me as a political tool whenever they need to divert public attention. On the probe into his business dealings in Haryana and Rajasthan, he calls it a clear-cut political witch hunt. He also says, I do wish that the media would make a distinction between me as an individual conducting a business as anyone else would and my wife's family and politics without constantly attempting to link the two. Well, is Robert Vadra a political tool or is he a political opportunist? Joining us on the program tonight, we have senior advocate Keti S. Tulsi, Sambit Patra from the BJP, Jayveer Shergill of the Congress Party, Rakesh Sinha from the RSS, and Aarti Jairat, senior commentator here in the studio with us. And let me take this to Aarti first. What did you make of these comments of Robert Vadra's in a nutshell?
Well, quite ironic actually, Nidhi, because I think he's also using what's happening as a political tool for himself, to escape, to divert attention from the probe that's going on. When the reports first broke about Robert Vadra's controversial land deals, at that time many people had suggested that the Congress order an inquiry and set the record straight. But the Congress didn't do that. In fact, a whole battery of senior leaders came out to defend Robert Vadra. And then the officer who, raised questions about some of his land deals, was hounded. Ashok Hemda, they hounded him. So that raised even more questions. So today, the only thing I will say is that I think what the BJP needs to do is whatever inquiry they're doing, they need to do it quickly. And they need, if he has done something wrong, punish him. They shouldn't extend it and make it seem like a witch hunt, which then gives Robert Vadra the opportunity to claim that he's being used as a political tool.
But let me ask Jayveer Shergill of the Congress this question. Jayveer, Robert Vadra calls the inquiries against him a witch hunt. I'm just reading out to you from a CAG report that came out in March this year, which says very clearly that there were undue favors given to builders, including Robert Vadra's Skylight Hospitality by the Haryana government during the Congress regime. It says that report was tabled in the Haryana Assembly, in fact, earlier this year in March, as I said. And the Town and Country Planning Department of the Haryana government was very strongly indicted by that CAG report. And Vadra's company is among them. So how is this, this is the CAG's report, Jayveer. It's not something that can be just dismissed.
Nidhi, I'm not even suggesting for a minute that it should be dismissed. And justifying his comments, here are my 3 reasons. Number 1, it is a fact Mr. Robert Vadra is just a victim of BJP's desperation to malign the image of the Congress party. Fact number 1. Number 2, Nidhi, all he is saying is, if BJP wants to prove Mr. Vadra guilty, do it through proper legal methods rather than indulging in sensationalism. The reason that is, 3 courts, Supreme Court is above CAG, High Court, Allahabad, Delhi High Court. The last time High Court dismissed it, it said, please approach the CBI. The appellant said, I have approached the CBI. The BJP should answer what is happening to that CBI representation. Point number 1. BJP cannot use him as an electoral tool to stir up a controversy to divert it. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad held a press conference in April 2014. There was an article on your channel also. With all the eloquence at his command, why did he not approach the police with an FIR or a complaint?
But now there are
Today,
inquiries
the
underway.
CAG report you are mentioning.
But now there are inquiries
Please
underway and there's a CAG report as well. So how is this a political witch hunt?
Question. Nidhi, how is it? I will tell you how is it a political. There are 4 courts which have indicated, which have cleared Mr. Robert Vadra allegations. You have set up 1 committee report, fair enough, you do it. The page 166 report does not say he influenced or bribed anybody, be that may their merit. 4 courts, 1 committee now, political leaders doing press conferences on Mr. Robert Vadra periodically. Why don't they file a complaint in the court of law? It's been 18 months to the police, to the CBI. Why so much of hesitancy?
Okay, Sambit
BJP
Patra,
loses its
the
steam when
Congress
it
is
has to
making a
pursue
distinction
cases
here.
against Mr.
Okay,
Vadra.
the Congress is making a distinction, Sambit, between the inquiries that are currently already underway and a police complaint and FIR against Robert Vadra. What would you say to that?
First and foremost, I'm amused, Nidhi. A private citizen is being defended in such kind of way by the Congress spokesperson today. Would they go ahead and defend every private citizen in this country with the same gelosity that they are trying to defend Mr. Robert Vadra? If no, then that itself points to the answer that Mr. Robert Vadra is not just a private citizen. He is much more beyond that, and that's the reason as to why it is not political witch hunting. It is rather the expression of truth which should find its own way. Firstly, when in fact we had held press conferences, when we were accusing rightly Mr. Robert Vadra, do you remember what Mr. Robert Vadra and the Congress party had to say then? Please establish a committee of inquiry, please set up a commission of inquiry and see to it that the truth comes out. And today when the commission of inquiry has been set up, today when the truths are tumbling out of the cupboard, why is the Congress party and why is Mr. Robert Vadra so worried? Please wait. Because we have nothing called as political vendetta in our mind, we do not believe in any kind of revenge politics. That's the reason as to why, contrary to what Aarti Jairat suggested, that it should be very quick and Mr. Robert Vadra should be quickly arrested if he has erred, we firmly believe that, well, yes, law should take its own course and everything should be cleared time after time. It should take due time. Thirdly, as far as police complaint and FIR is concerned, let me remind my friend, an FIR has been filed. It is not that an FIR has not been filed. An FIR has been filed in Bikaner. An FIR where Mr. Robert Vadra has absurd the land which was of the government. And all those documents, if you remember, I had done a press conference to the effect, which I had produced the documents as well. Fourthly, let's wait. Let the commission submit its report. And as pointed out by you, Nidhi, there is a CAG report. The CAG which was established, CAG which had in fact started its inquiry way back during the Congress period. And the word that the CAG had used was windfall gain. Windfall gain to the tune of 44 crores to Mr. Robert Vadra's company, Skylight Hospitality. And as the debate progresses, Nidhi, I will go into the details of what the CAG has also mentioned. There are documents in the public domain where you would see, though the Skylight Hospitality had only an amount of 1 lakh rupees and could not go into commercial licensing, but in the official recording it is mentioned, please note who the director is. In keeping with the stature of the director, that is Mr. Robert Vadra, please give him the license, though he does not qualify for the same. So every law of the land was tweaked in order to favor the Gandhi scion. And he says that I'm a private citizen. How many private citizens would have been given the license of intent if not Robert Vadra?
Javier Shergill, actually Sambit raises an important point. Why is the Congress officially defending Mr. Vadra, an alleged private citizen, on television? He's not a member of your party, is he?
Well, Nidhi, let me ask my friend Sambit, does he distinguish or maintain that grace and dignity when they attack Mr. Robert Vadra and not bring in the Congress president, the Congress vice president, the entire Congress party, that he's a benefactor of the Congress? Why should I not be defending these frivolous and malevolent plotting of allegations which they cannot back by evidence? Though that's the answer to his question, why am I sitting here and defending Mr. Vadra?
We had maintained and we still maintain that he's from Congress.
Okay, one
but
second.
you have been distancing yourself from Congress. That's the important reason as to why you should be answering this question in a different way.
Well, Sambit, ironically, you are the last person when you defend these cultural organization like RSS, and here you're getting a heartburn if I am defending my party, whose image you are hell-bound to malign through Mr. Robert Vadra. Now, let me complete.
But Javier, why are you defending Vadra's business deals? And no, it's a serious question.
Achha, you mean to say Robert Vadra is the RSS of Congress?
One second, this is not to do with the RSS. Javier, one second. Javier, there is a difference between defending the Congress party against allegations that the BJP may have made, and another for the Congress official spokespersons to come out and defend Mr. Vadra's business deals, which may or may not be okay. That is for an inquiry to determine. But if he is saying separate my business deals from the Congress party and the political party that my wife is associated with, why is the political party going out on a limb for him?
Now, can I respond, Nidhi?
Yeah.
Point number one, all I'm saying is BJP uses Mr. Vadra as a political tool or as a via media to malign the image of Congress party. That's why I am here. I said there are 4 courts which have cleared Mr. Robert Vadra allegations connected to Congress party, none less than Supreme Court, which said this kind of cheap tricks should not come into the place if somebody is son-in-law of the president of a political party. So when they bring the Congress party, why should not I defend? Regarding the legality of Mr. Vadra's allegations, I am saying let the truth, even on a dimmerer, if there is a prima facie case, please prove him guilty via proper procedure rather than raking up the name of Congress party on everyday basis.
10 seconds.
Okay, Sambit, give me
All
a
I'm
second. Let
saying
me
is
ask
this.
Mr. Tulsi
Why
this
are you
question.
indulging in rumor mongering
Okay.
and sensationalism?
Mr. Tulsi, is this rumor mongering? Or, you know, at the same time, we have to acknowledge that there are deals that are under the scanner. Now, it is not for us to determine whether they're legitimate or not, but you have a CAG report, you have inquiries underway, yes, in BJP rule state, but they are commissions of inquiry nonetheless. And therefore, don't we need to wait for an outcome one way or the other? What did you think of Mr. Vadra's statement, Mr. Tulsi?
Yes, I would like to know that the CAG report indicts how many companies?
Many
There may
of
be
them.
10, 20, 50, 30. You see, the point is that out of 50, let us say 50 companies, we assume for the sake of argument, the Chief Minister chooses to refer only to one person. Why does he refer to one person? Because he is the son-in-law of the Congress President. That is how he is being used as a political tool to attack the Congress President. I would like to know also from Mr. Mr Vadra, who very rightly says that he says that they believe in the rule of law. I would like to know whether the Chief Minister can declare anyone guilty, can he declare anyone innocent, and can he say that so and so will go behind bars even when the inquiry has not even begun? 18 months and they are at the beginning of the inquiry, they have just constituted, and the Chief Minister comes and attacks one of the many persons who have been found to be involved in some favoritism by the Chief Minister, and they say that he will go behind the bars. Is that not political victimization? Is it not? What is the gravity of the crime committed by Robert Vadra as compared to the others? That he is the son-in-law of a Congress president. That's why he is being picked up by the Chief Minister. Without inquiry, he is prejudging the issue, he is pressurizing the commission of inquiry which he has set up, and he is arriving at a conclusion where he says that he is fit to go behind the bars. He doesn't want to wait for an inquiry. He doesn't want to wait for investigation.
I want to take that to Professor Rakesh Sinha first. What Mr. KTS Tulsi is saying is that many companies have been indicted, for instance, by the CAG for undue favors, and that Robert Vadra is being singled out because he's Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law. That there is now, he's being prejudged by the BJP and by the Chief Minister of Haryana.
Before coming to KTS Tulsi, I will make an observation on Mr Vadra's statement. For the first time, I disagree with him. Congress is a dynastic party. So Congress spokesperson has all the right to defend anyone belonging to this dynasty. So he is very legitimate. Congress spokesperson is very legitimate to defend. Rather, they would come forward to defend anyone who is related to Sonia Gandhi even in Italy. So I am not surprised. Second thing, I am surprised to KTS Tulsi's remark. He is speaking just like in the courtroom he is defending his client. It is not the question of whether he is guilty or not guilty, it will be proved by the commission. But the prima facie thing.
The Chief Minister declared it.
Let me complete KTS Tulsi. I always consider that you take you have some probity while judging the people. But this time you have taken the position just to protect the corrupt and the dynasty. Here the Robert Vadra,
What nonsense.
prima facie there is charges of corruption.
How can you jump to a conclusion? Now you are making an accusation.
CAG has made the remark, and the Nidhi has already pointed out what CAG has said, and Sambit Patra will reveal many things in this program. So my thing.
But I'm also saying it's not for none of us to judge whether somebody is corrupt or guilty until
here my point is that
Yeah.
I am going ahead. The statement he made, Robert Vadra, that he's being used political tool, I smell his political ambition. He's forwarding his move to enter into politics, and now he is using all the things as a tools to promote his political ambition. I suspect, because during the Manmohan Singh regime, and Aarti will perhaps throw more light, that during Manmohan Singh regime he organized the motorcycle rally in Raebareli.
Yeah.
Then there was a rumor that there was a dispute between him and the Nehru Gandhi family. So I believe that time he was used as a political tool by the Manmohan Singh regime just to silence the Sonia Gandhi's 10 Janpath.